The Director of Police and Fire Services for the City of Jackson, Elmer Hitt, and the Director of the Group Violence Intervention Program, the Coordinator, Cheryl Ragland. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bart.
Good to see you both. Again, I just saw Elmer and Cheryl last night at National Night Out at Loomis Park. You guys must be really happy with how the event went, how big the turnout was.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great turnout, and I'll let Cheryl talk about it. She was kind of spearheaded it from our end on the police department end as far as organizing it and getting donations and some of the vendors that were there and the entertainment that was there. So fill them in.
Back in March, I happened to notice that National Night Out is, of course, a national event that brings the community together with law enforcement and fire and EMS. So I got with Mr. Dancy, Councilmember Dancy, and he was telling me that there was, a neighborhood watch group, the B2 Watchers. And I said, oh, okay, I've never heard of them. So he put me in touch with Lori and Carrie from the B2 Watchers neighborhood group, and we worked together and we partnered with them to do the National Night Out. And yeah, we were very pleased with how that turned out. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had a lot of folks from both the police and fire department there just interacting with kids and families.
Yeah. We had several patrol cars there. Of course, the large Tower 8, the ladder truck was down there. Unfortunately, when they got there, the turnout, which was good, was very good. Wasn't a whole lot of parking, so the truck wasn't able to park kind of where we initially intended to. But
fire trucks can park anywhere they want.
Well, as long as they can get in and out without hitting another car. But no, that was, as you see from some of the pictures, a lot of young kids went through, our cars, an opportunity to check them out. Of course, talk with the police officers that were there, and with the firefighters and their apparatus as well. So a lot of fun, and that's one thing I thought was the coolest was the amount of little kids we had there from just walking up until that elementary age. There were really a lot of kids, and walking around talking to them. Many of them were from that area, had either rode their bikes there or walked there to come to the event, so it gave them something to do. And I think we were talking last night, I was talking with Carrie Meadows. I think 19 was the last time we had a national night out up there, so it's just prior to, we have it, it's the first one since COVID hit that we've had it. So, and it was one of the best ones that I've ever been to and participated in as well.
So the bikes, we see you and Cheryl wheeling the bikes to the lucky winners.
Yes, we raffled off 2 bikes, a boy's bike and a girl's bike, and that was successful as well. And the helmets, we purchased the helmets as well, and that went over really well. So it was fun. And the games from All Star Rental, and so it was just a good time had by all.
I did notice too, people, and this is any night, but people use that park for picnicking.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for the viewers out there, if you have not been to Loomis Park, or if you're not familiar with it, the improvements that were made over the last year are outstanding. Getting rid of that old play set and putting up what is there now, and just the sidewalks and the different exercise equipment that's there. It's pretty neat the way it's set up now. So get out there.
And we were talking last night about how much it just seems so much bigger. That part, the part of the park between the Booth Center and Ganson Street, it seems like it's doubled in size.
It's just so much, and I think a lot of that is just how getting rid of that wooden structure. It was just closed. You couldn't see through it, and now with that new, you can kind of see, and it just seems like it opens up that park right in that area considerably.
So this ulterior motive of having this event, and it's nationwide, it's to connect people in public safety, law enforcement with the community.
Right.
It's part of and I think it's our community strategy in policing.
Yes.
Yeah, and the group violence intervention strategy that Cheryl is the coordinator. You know, Cheryl's worked with us at the police department now and with the city for just over a year. She started last June, and we hired her to really head up the group violence intervention strategy. And there's a lot of pieces to that strategy. One important piece is community outreach and community engagement. And fortunately, under the program, we have some budgetary funds to do these types of events. So, but again, I think it's important for the public to understand it's one small piece of the overall strategy. There's a lot more to it besides just planning and attending community events.
Sure.
But that's an important piece of it.
Is there a definition to group violence, Cheryl?
Well, group violence intervention, the whole strategy, and we are contractually working with the National Network for Safe Communities. So we partner together, but it is a strategy. It's a three-pronged strategy where you work with social services as well as the community as well as law enforcement. So that's, you know, a larger piece of it, but community outreach is also a part of it. The Thanksgiving turkey drive-through giveaway, that's community outreach, things like that. But yes, it's a three-pronged strategy that basically deals with those three entities and dealing with high-risk group individuals to try and give them an alternate way to live their lives. So, yeah.
I noticed, Elmer, that you have officers and firefighters just showing up at things. Like, obviously you're staffing big events like Gus Macker, but you've got people, I've seen them at the Selby track meet. They're volunteering, coaching. They're having barbecue at the downtown barbecue. They're stopping the truck at the park, and just it seems like it's part of the purpose of getting your people connected to the community citizens.
Yeah, it is. It's important it certainly is important for the Jackson Police Department, but important for any law enforcement agency is to get to know the community and be engaged in community events. And in today's world of police work, many of our officers are not from Jackson. They come here from outside of the area. So I think it's even more important for those officers that may not be familiar with the community as well, or don't have some of those important relationships with the community members to be involved to build that.
Yeah, I noticed at the Gus Macker, both the fire department and the police department had a much younger, more athletic team this year, and you went further into the tournament.
Well, just because I didn't play this year doesn't make it much younger and more athletic. But no, unfortunately, I was out of town that weekend, so I could not attend that Friday night. But you're right. I know the two teams from both the police and fire were some of our younger staff, and they don't experience the same aches and pains that I might after playing in a 3-on-3 tournament. So
in the hospital, I'm pretty sure they had a couple of ringers. Kari Willis.
Yeah. Heard Kari. I did hear Kari came in and played. So that's good though. That's cool for him. It's good for him to be involved. In the community.
And he is.
Events like that as well. So.
Yeah. So I know you guys want to do more things like this. You've got to look at how last night as being really successful.
Yeah. We were pleased with the turnout, and the community, was there, and I know the community had fun, and that's what it's all about. Partnering with the community, getting out there, and just having a good time, and that. I think it was a good time held by all, especially for the two that won the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and not just you guys, but you had, there was AARP, you had
Consumers
Health
Energy,
Department.
AARP, Henry Ford Health was there, as well as Community Development from the city, they were there. So there were quite a few vendors as well that partnered with us.
Well, thanks so much for doing the event.
Oh, you're welcome, thank you. Thank the community, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elmer, I like how you have the cadet have his own car, and it seems like, from what I've seen, he gets he's the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to assignments. I saw him trying to corral a loose dog and put in the back of the car the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Kyle, that's Kyle Richardson. That is who I think you're referring to. Then Sherman Smith is actually our other cadet, and cadets are a blessing to us because you're kind of right. They sometimes get stuck with the not most desirable jobs, but they're an extra body to help out as well when we need things taken care of that maybe an officer is better well served handling more important things, and cadets can pick up some of those lower level tasks. And
you started as a cadet.
Absolutely, I did. Yeah, about Kyle's. Well, I was even younger than Kyle, so yeah. It's a way to gain experience, and it's just as important that it gives us an opportunity to see who we're dealing with as an employee, and are they the right fit to be a police officer.
I think he's passed.
He's doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, he is.
We were just Cheryl and I
Yeah.
were just talking about him out there, and he's very energetic and smart young guy, and does a good job, good attitude.
Yes, he'll be a great future police officer.
Yeah.
Nice to see you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to
It's
see you.
nice to
Thanks.
see you again.
The Director of Police and Fire Services for the City of Jackson, Elmer Hitt, and the Group Violence Intervention Coordinator, Cheryl Ragland.
Yes.